Okay, I hope you are. I hope you're with me on this. Right, the next thing we need is something called a file transfer client. Okay, an FTP client, and I use FileZilla. And I think FileZilla is fantastic. Once again, I've been using it ever since I started, and I've never had any problems with it whatsoever. It's completely free. So you would just simply go into filezilla-project.org or Google FileZilla. Don't just put filezilla.com because you won't find it. filezilla-project.org or Google FileZilla, and it will bring you up this file, this page, and then you can go and download FileZilla client or download FileZilla server depending on what computer you're on, whether you're on a Mac or whether you're on a Windows. Okay. And I will in a second open up my FileZilla and show you how that works. Okay. Then last but not least, the last thing you need to download, and again this is completely free, is a web editor. Okay. So I use Composer. And again, I was taught everything that I'm just running through here with you now, apart from the FTP actually, which I think is in a different video, is all within Create Your First Website by 345, which of course is below these videos. Now I use Composer, and again this is absolutely free, so you just need to go and find Composer, which is composer.net, and that's Composer with a Z, KOMPOZER.net, and download Composer, and this is going to be your web editor. This is what we are going to use. Okay, so the last two, FileZilla and Composer, are completely and utterly free to download. All right, so once you have paused this video, if you need to go and download FileZilla and Composer and you want to follow along, because once you have downloaded all of that kind of stuff, then we are actually going to crack on with creating your very first web page that we can get live on the web, that we can then use to integrate into Facebook. Okay, so I'm just going to close all of these windows now and close that window there. Let's just minimize that for now. And I'm going to open my Composer. Okay, so guys, here is your Composer. This is your page, and like I said, it's just like a Word document. You can go in here and type whatever you want. Okay. Now, what I'm not going to do right now is give you a full-blown lesson on exactly how to use Composer. Once again, I'm going to tell you there is some stuff in Chris's book that tells you how to do different fonts and colours and things like that, but it is all fairly straightforward. It's a little bit, if you guys have ever used a what you see is what you get editor, a WYSIWYG editor, that is pretty much what this is, and it allows you to do all sorts of different things. Okay. Now, the first thing we want to do, in order to integrate our page with Facebook, we need to make sure that our size is 520 pixels. We don't want it any wider than 520 pixels, our web page, yeah, because we want it to fit in within the Facebook page. Sorry, it was just my brain suddenly disappeared on me then. But we want it to be able to fit within the Facebook page. So we need to keep the web page to actually only 520 pixels wide. So in order to do this within Composer, what you need to do is you need to create a table. Okay, you need to insert a table. So I'm going up here to table, I'm clicking insert, I'm going over here to table, and I'm just going to click 1. Okay, and that gives me a table. Yeah, now this is telling me that it's 488 pixels wide, which is within the width I need, but I want to make it 410. So I'm going to go back up to table and click on table properties, and then I can look, my column there is width 500, so I'm actually going to take that up to 510 pixels. That's what we need, 510 pixels. That is the width that we need in order to fit into the Facebook page. And then I'm going to click OK. All right. So now this is my thing, and I can just literally press return in order to get, extra lines on there. And then it is within here we can now do whatever we like. So we can say hello and welcome to my page. Yeah. And then, as I said, it is like a WYSIWYG editor, so I can highlight that and I can look center it and I can bold it and I can make it bigger, yeah, and I could go down over here and I could just click on this, hold on a second, there you go, and I can make it a completely different font, yeah. I can change the colour, look, I can put in here and I can put a red, or I can put blue or purple or whatever it is I want to put. I can highlight the whole thing. Look, if I click on this little baby here, choose highlight colour for text, then I can highlight it all in yellow, for instance. Yeah, you see that on lots of sales pages, don't you? So you can, this is where you can really kind of start to mess around with your text and whatever it is you want to put in here. Okay? Now, you may be thinking, great, that's good, Joe, but I want to put a header and I want an image and I want all of those sorts of things, okay? So that's absolutely fine, but in order to put in an image, you do actually need to have used your FTP client already, because to put an image in here, it already has to be uploaded to your server, okay? So let's just put Composer aside for a minute and let's go into our FileZilla, or our FTP client that we have downloaded. Yeah, so this is my FileZilla here. And what goes up here in the host name, and again this will have been explained to you as you went to set it all up, yeah, and when you set up your hosting company, then you will have set up your file transfer protocol address. That will all have been in your instructions and all the rest of it, okay? So in here goes my root domain name, without the www dot, by the way, yeah, and you may find you need to actually put FTP in there. I never have, but you may find you need to put FTP colon //. I've never had to put that. I've just needed to put the domain name in there, okay? Might have been with the way I did to set it up, but okay, so you put in your root domain up here, and then you will have been given a username, or you will have set yourself a username when you set it up, and you also would have set yourself a password, okay? And then you just simply click on connect and boom, it connects to the internet. Now, over here are all of your local files that are on your desktop. Okay, these are all your local files. Over here, this is what is within HostGator. These are the files that you have set up within HostGator. Okay, so these are essentially web files. All right. Now, initially, when you set this up, you won't have all of this. I've got so much in here now, it's crazy. You won't have all of this, okay? What you will have is this baby here. This is the one you want. public_HTML. That is your root directory. public_HTML. That is your main file that's within your root domain, okay? This is the one you want, okay? So you would go and enter that directory, and then everything within here now is live on the web under your domain, okay? So let me show you what I mean by that. Let's pick something in here. Let's have a look. There is a JPEG. There's a picture, yeah? AddSwap.jpg. I have no idea what that is. But if I now go to my browser, yeah, I know that my root domain is www.joetheentrepreneuriat.com. Now, if I put / and do addswap.jpg, is that what it was? Let's go back. Addswap.jpg, yeah. So there's my root domain, joetheentrepreneuriat.com / and then I've put in that file that's within there, and I click return. It brings me up an image that I uploaded, obviously, a long time ago, yeah? And that is now showing, that image is now live on the web. So if somebody went in and typed that into their browser, they would go to this image, yeah, because that file is live on the web. Now, if I went in, for instance, to that image there, and I actually deleted that image, yeah, so let's do that now. So I don't want that image anymore. Yep, let's delete that image altogether. And I go back to my browser and refresh that page. Boom, it's gone. I've just deleted the image, so that page is now gone forever, unless I want to reload it. All right, so we are now in our FTP. And what we're going to do is we're going to take images from our left hand side and we're going to put them over onto our right hand side. Okay, so I'm going to go into my domain that I want to use, and as I explained to you in the last video, within your hosting company you are able to set up lots of different extra domains and subdomains. So I have a domain which is called www.thesocialnetworkingacademy.com, and because of the way the hosting works, it doesn't always have to say joetheentrepreneurial.com/thesocialnetworkingacademy.com. You can literally set it up in a way within your hosting so that it looks like this is your main domain. So all people have to type in is thesocialnetworkingacademy.com. And then what I've done within the socialnetworkingacademy.com is I've set up an images folder here, okay? And then I've got my images folder over here on my local desktop, and then I've taken some of the images that are in here and I've uploaded them over here. So let's do that now, shall we? Let's go in and let's just take an image, for instance. So let me show you what I mean. If I go into my Finder and go into my images, this is now on my, let's just minimize FileZilla a second, okay? All right, so I'm on my local computer now, okay, and I've gone into my folders, and within images I have a folder called FB ads, yeah, and I have loads of different images on here, okay? So let's just take my orangutan image. There's my orangutan image, yeah, and if I open that, I can open it on my local computer, and there it is. Okay, there's my image. So I want to get that live on the web. I want to get that image up on the web. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I go into my FileZilla here, and then I go into my local file. So I've gone into images, I've gone into Joe Barnes Online, I've gone into images, I've gone into FB ads, and here's my FB ads. And look, there's my orangutan.png file. So I've come over here, I've come to my domain name that I want, thesocialnetworkingacademy.com. I've come to my images folder that's within thesocialnetworkingacademy.com. And now all I'm going to do is right click and I'm going to upload. Okay, and what that's doing is that's uploading that picture directly over here. So now that is on the web, orangutan.png, that's now on the web. So if I open my browser and I type in www.thesocialnetworkingacademy.com, okay, because that's my domain, and then the file is within images, yeah, because I've got another file. So I've gone www.thesocialnetworkingacademy.com/images first, and then orangutan png. So I go images /orangutan.png. Have to put the whole file name in, okay? Now if I then look at that, boom, there's my orangutan. There he comes up. That is now a image live on the web. Okay, so that is how your FTP works. How am I doing for time? 14 minutes. Okay, so what I want to show you is I've already got the file that I want to use uploaded here, and it is called SNA header FB.jpg. Okay, so what I want to use within Composer in a minute, and when you go in and add an image into Composer, you must put the full URL including the HTTP. Okay, it's really important. HTTP must go first because that's the full URL. So I know my image is now within the Social Networking Academy.com/images, because it's within my images file, /SNA header FB.jpg. SNA header FB.jpg. Okay, I know that's the address that's going to take me. Let's just try that out. Let's see. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it into my browser. Okay, and that's going to bring me up, hopefully, that image. Yep, there it is. Okay, so there's my image, which is 510 pixels wide. Okay, so I know that that works. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to open Composer. Okay, I'm just going to do that. And then up here, I'm going to click on image, insert new image. Okay, I want to insert my image. And this is where it asks for your image location. And your image location is this full URL address here. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to put that in there. That shows me a preview. I'm not going to use alternate text. I'm just going to click don't use alternate text, because if I left that and then didn't put anything in that box, so I might want to call that header. Yeah, it's really not very important. Or don't use alternate text, one or the other. You have to either put in something different in there or don't use. Okay, and then you click OK, and boom, there's your image. Okay, oops, just deleted it. Let me get that again. Sorry about that. Boom, there's your image. Okay, now for some reason it's got a little yellow hue around it. It's going to be something to do with me highlighting this probably and putting it in the same box, but we're not going to get too concerned over the details on this. That is literally going to be what I am now going to use to integrate with my Facebook page. I'm literally going to take this page and I'm going to upload it to the web, and I'm going to make this the page that I integrate with Facebook. Okay, so it's 17 minutes, so I'm going to stop this video as well. In the next video, I'm going to show you how I save this and upload it to the web. Okay, all right guys, I will see you in the next video.